Welcome to Peak Escapes Travel. We feature the most amazing sights around the world, divided into many best-of lists that will only add to your wanderlust. Topics can range from landscapes, ancient monuments, islands, wildlife, countries, and anything else that we find interesting. We create these lists for entertainment purposes, but also to provide a sense of what there is to see in a country, city, or continent, and hope they are useful as a starting point for your next great travel journey. Happy traveling! The United States is big. Really big. And you won't believe how hugely vast it is unless you've been there. The pharmacy is a long trip down the road. But that's nothing compared to how big America is. From coast to coast, the most beautiful cities in the US prove that this beautiful country has a lot to offer. It does have a long list of things for you to do that will only add to your wanderlust. So, in this video, I'm going to share 5 of the best cities to visit in the United States of America. Before we start, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on, so you never miss an update from the channel. That being said, let's dive in. Number 1. Boston, Massachusetts. Boston has the best of history and modernity. Being one of the biggest cities, it has managed to be one of the best. Boston is blessed with so many historic buildings open to the public. You don't have to walk the entire Freedom Trail to appreciate the gravitas that the city has. Boston is famous for its fresh seafood, so enjoying a dozen local oysters at one of the city's top raw bars is a must. Perhaps the ultimate seafood treat, lobster rolls are found on menus across town for you to enjoy any time of the year. New England's largest aquarium and one of Boston's most popular attractions. More than 80 African, rockhopper, and little blue penguins live in the New England Aquarium's first floor display. Watch them go wild during feeding time in front of the giant ocean tank, a massive coral reef exhibit that's home to a myriad of other marine creatures, including sharks and loggerhead sea turtles. The building is designed in such a way that the penguins can be seen from multiple vantage points. Overall, Boston is an experience you do not want to miss out on. Number 2. San Francisco, California. San Francisco, a beautiful city built on massive hills and surrounded by water, is a place that marches to the beat of its own drum. As soon as you enter the city, you are welcomed by a wonderful sight, the world's most photographed bridge. The iconic 746-foot-tall orange towers of the Golden Gate Bridge have stood sentinel over the San Francisco Bay since 1937. Even when shrouded in fog, the bridge never fails to impress. The view is spectacular when passing over this span, with cityscapes on one side, nature on the other, and a beautiful shock of blue below. If history is more your thing, there's a former maximum security prison in the middle of the San Francisco Bay. It was converted from a lighthouse station to a military prison in the 1870s. This formidable fortress in the middle of San Francisco Bay was home to the early 20th century's most notorious criminals. But perhaps a walk in the iconic Golden Gate Park is more your style. It is 20% larger than New York Central Park, and just as iconic. Golden Gate Park is 1,000 plus acres of rolling hills, groves of trees, gardens, and hidden treasures. Golden Gate Park houses some of San Francisco's most beloved institutions. The Victorian-era glass-ensconced Conservatory of Flowers, the De Young Fine Arts Museum, and the Academy of Sciences are just a few of the places to go see, as well as less famous attractions such as the Bison Paddock, Shakespeare's Garden, and the North and South Windmills. Number 3. Seattle, Washington. From its emerald parks to the endless views of Puget Sound, Seattle is the crowning jewel of the Pacific Northwest. You'll see it all from the top of the iconic Space Needle, a 360-degree rotating atrium with a glass floor. But don't stop there. Seattle's oldest neighborhood, Pioneer Square, boasts some incredible architecture, art galleries, cafes, and bookstores. It's one of the best places for soaking up Seattle history. A famous market and a must-see no matter the length of your trip. It is the most visited landmark in the city. This nearby island is the antithesis of the skyscraper-stuffed city, with 150 acres of gardens, ponds, and meadows to explore in the beautiful Bloedel Reserve. Like NYC's Staten Island Ferry, the Bainbridge Island Ferry is a splendid way to eyeball a significant amount of Seattle's highlights, swiftly and cheaply. Number 4. Charleston, South Carolina. Charleston is truly one of America's great metropolises, steeped in the history of the nation while boasting a thoroughly modern attitude towards the arts, culture, and cuisine. You need take only one quick glance at our list of the best Charleston restaurants to see that. Since around 1670, the architecture and particularly the churches on every corner have become enough of a reason to head to South Carolina's jewel. But recently, the city has become a food and drink haven as well. Water views and hipsters abound at the Pavilion Bar. City Market sells the city's signature sweetgrass baskets. And dinner at Chef Sean Brock's Husk is a transcendental experience. Number 5. New Orleans, Louisiana. After 300 years of existence, New Orleans is in the midst of a renaissance. Except for the streets, which are the bumpiest you've ever encountered in a major metropolis. They love to dress up and party here. So put on a wig and a mask and hit the French Corner and the Marigny for fabulous food at the best New Orleans restaurants. Grab a to-go cup filled with craft cocktails from one of the city's best bars and indulge in the live music for which New Orleans is famous. Then dig a little deeper by visiting the Bywater neighborhood, home to an intoxicating mix of art and funk with incredible murals on every block. And stop at Bacchanal Wine for a munch, a sip, and a song, or two. One thing to remember while here, always keep an eye on the iconic architecture that defines this one-in-a-million music-loving city. So there you have it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please check the links in the description to see any deals on traveling services today, and comment your favorite travel destination in the US. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.